Hi everybody, Andrew Cherin, attorney at law. I am a Seattle personal injury lawyer and I represent people who are injured in car accidents. And today I want to talk to you about stopping short and what the liability on that is. We've all seen people all of a sudden slam on their brakes right at a stoplight or right before a crosswalk and let people go. So what kind of fault are you facing if you run into the back of someone that does something like that? Is it actually your fault? Did you have the last clear chance to stop and prevent this accident, or did they have a duty to you and the people around you to act reasonably um, and not stop in the middle of the road? Um, so this is a tough situation because it depends on a lot of different facts and things like that. So if someone slammed on their brakes on a green light, on a traffic light, no one would reasonably expect someone to do that, and liability would be on the person that stopped short. So it would be the person who stops at a green light. No one would reasonably expect that to happen. Now, if the person slams on the brake on a yellow light, they may have a little bit more of an argument on that it was reasonable that they stopped at a yellow because they thought it was going to turn red and they didn't want to run a red light. Now, Washington State has permissive yellow laws which say that you can enter an intersection on a yellow light. So that person that stopped on a yellow may be at fault for causing a car accident in the situation if you rear-ended them, but it's not completely clear in those situations. Now, if someone stopped at a crosswalk all of a sudden and screeched on the brakes at the last second and you rear-ended them, you most likely are at fault because people have a duty to stop at crosswalks for pedestrians. Whether the warning of stopping the vehicle was given in time may be up for interpretation, but generally you have to provide enough space between you and the person behind you. So generally a person that rear ends another person is at fault in a lot of situations. So what if someone slams on their brakes in the middle of the road with no warning? So let's say that for whatever reason they do something in the middle of their car, there's no crosswalk, there's no stoplights, there's no stop sign, there's no people running out into the street, no nothing that caused them to do it except for their own reaction or something, or they perceive something that wasn't there and they slam on their brakes and you rear-end them. In that situation, a reasonable person would not slam on their brakes, but did you give them enough time to react, or did you have enough space to react and slow down and stop your vehicle? That's always kind of going to be the cornerstone, and it's going to change your case. Is did you give enough space in between you and the car in front of you to anticipate them slamming on their brakes to stop? Now, if they had no valid reason for why they stopped in the middle of the road outside of an emergency, then they may be at fault for causing the car accident and you rear-ending in those situations. But those situations are pretty rare, and generally, if you run into the back of someone, it's going to be your fault because you didn't give them enough space to do something. But in those situations where people are slamming on their brakes and stopping on a green light for no reason, those situations cause concern and you may be entitled to personal injury damages in those situations. So if you've been injured in a car accident and you have a situation where the liability is a little bit murky because you think that something that the other person did was wrong, give me a call. I'll try to walk you through and see if there's something I can do to help you out in that case. I get free consultations. My number is 206-850-6716. And for more information, you can find me online at www.lawsharon.com.